Hey everyone, it's FLAK Fire. So I just took part in a $50,000 Rainbow Six Siege tournament for Twitch Rivals to help celebrate the launch of Operation Steel Wave and the sale where you can snag Siege for up to 75% off. Link and details are below in the description. Thanks to Ubisoft for sponsoring this video and giving me a chance to try out Siege in one of the coolest ways imaginable. You of course might be wondering how someone who has never really played Siege wound up in a tournament, and it turns out that was kind of the point. While the teams were stacked with pro players, each team had a recruit. You know, the forgettable operator reserved for players new to the game. That's right, I was literally chosen for this because I didn't know anything about Siege, and I was given a week to prepare, and then it was game time for Twitch Rivals with thousands of dollars on the line. So, no pressure, right? I was selected to Varsity Gaming's team, and I couldn't have picked a better person to learn from. He's one of the foremost Siege experts, and we got to play quite a few games together. I did gradually start to get the hang of things, but it quickly became clear to me that there is tons of depth in Rainbow Six Siege, and this is not something that you just learn overnight. In the tournament, we actually did quite well, and I even managed a few kills. Our team made it all the way to the finals, where we were unfortunately beaten by the opposing team, led by King George. With that said, it was still a wild experience. I had a few clutch kills, a couple of fails, managed to take down a pro player, and walked away with a cool $2,600. So, all in all, can't complain about that. Through this whirlwind of a week, I've learned quite a few things I'd like to share with you if you're looking to jump into Siege. It's a great opportunity to learn from my mistakes. So here are 10 things every recruit needs to know from somebody who's actually been the recruit. First up, pick a support operator. If you're new to Siege, you're at risk of being more a hindrance than a help. You can't go wrong with operators like Rook on defense or Finka on offense. Rook has the ability to drop armor packs for yourself and your teammates to give you an edge against your enemies. Similarly, Finka's stim boosts a wide variety of your team's abilities, including health, for a short amount of time, and you can trigger it up to 3 times. Probably my favorite operator is Mozzie on defense, who has these special robotic pests that snatch and hijack enemy drones. You can use them to benefit your team and keep enemies from locating objectives at the beginning of a round. Personally, I like putting them in high traffic areas like stairwells and doorways. Second, learn how to drone. Drones are a great way to support your team, and they can do many things like finding the objective at the beginning of a round, identifying enemies, and also providing recon for your team. Do try to be creative about where you place them though. Hiding them on shelves or under tables can be a sneaky way of getting a leg up on enemies. Of course, if you happen to spot a drone as a defender, make sure to take it out, as it could give away your team's position. The third thing on the list goes hand in hand with drones. Learn the maps. This sounds like a really simple thing, but it's actually one of the most difficult things to do in Rainbow Six Siege. Nevertheless, it is worth putting in the effort. Gradually, you'll learn typical objective locations, as well as spots where you want to be, and those you do not. You'll also learn key information like popular entry points, spots for sneaky kill holes, and the location of stairs and hatches, which can, be kind of important for getting around effectively. You'll also learn where the external cameras are to take them out as attackers. Next, if all of this sounds like a lot of information to take in, don't worry too much. Check out some of the videos from top Siege creators like Varsity Gaming or Rogue9. These are folks that have poured their hearts and souls into the game, not only to get better, but to help you get better. Varsity Gaming in particular has a great series called Siege School, which was a tremendous help to me in preparing for this Twitch Rivals tournament. For number 5, it's gonna sound basic, but don't sprint, ever, if you can help it. Rainbow Six Siege is a game played as much with your ears as it is with your eyes. There are tons of audio cues in this game, from the sound of drones to someone arming the diffuser on a bomb. but one of the biggest is movement. I can't tell you how many times I was able to divine the location of a nearby enemy just by listening. As a defender, this is of course particularly important since you're probably watching a window or guarding a staircase. Number 6 seems like common sense, but it did cost us a round in the tournament. When you want to defuse a bomb, just stop moving. The prompt for the action doesn't appear until you're standing still, and of course there's a reason for that. Siege makes defusing a tactical risk, and there's nothing more risky than being stationary on an objective. During Twitch Rivals, I got bamboozled by Malusi's new Banshee Sonic defense gadget and got shot trying to move through it instead of just stopping and planting the diffuser. Also, don't forget you don't need to be exactly on the bomb to defuse it. My 7th tip is going to be a bit difficult for people who have ADHD like me, and that is try to avoid getting fidgety. This is way easier said than done. Rounds on Siege evolve quickly, and you're definitely gonna feel the need to rotate or move away from your original position, especially if you're used to playing faster-paced games like those that let you respawn all the time. You gotta fight the urge to move unless you're absolutely sure it's necessary to win, and this bit me a couple of times during the tournament. The next tip is a simple one: lean. Siege is all about angles and peaks, and one of the easiest ways to stay alive and make things difficult for the enemy team is to lean. Leaning exposes only a small part of your body to enemy fire, whereas standing upright makes you an easy target. It takes a lot of muscle memory to learn how to lean effectively, so start that habit early. For number 9, don't forget to use your reinforcements and gadgets. Securing entry points like garage doors or hatches above objectives is vital to stopping most enemy pushes. Some operators can also equip nitro cells or barbed wire. The latter one is great for slowing down enemies and alerting your teammates to enemy presence. Place it on the inside of high-traffic doorways or staircases to create problems for attacking operators. Finally, number 10 is remembering that the game isn't over just because you died. If your teammates are still in the fight, it's important that you check all of the available cameras and try to provide information like enemy locations. Even if you don't know the maps that well, it doesn't mean your teammates don't. Siege actually tells you the location of the camera you're using underneath the compass. Providing callouts to teammates is incredibly helpful, so always make your best effort. And I know there are tons of videos out there to help you improve with Rainbow Six Siege, but if you're considering picking it up, these tips are a good place to start. And overall, my time with Twitch Rivals and Rainbow Six Siege was incredible. I've never had an experience like that before, to be able to just go into a tournament. That was really, really cool. So thank you to Ubisoft for sponsoring this video and giving me a chance to check out Siege. If you want to try it out for up to 75% off, you can check the link and the details in the video description. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If not, a dislike, and make sure to subscribe. I've had a great time with Siege, so don't be surprised if you see a couple of details videos pop up in the future. You'll want to tap the bell to get notified for those latest videos. As always, thanks for watching.